Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into that situation. Well, it all started 13 months ago. I actually made a video about it, right here. Long story short, I don't work for this company. Fuck the company, fuck the director, and fuck the employees that work there. They are funding a racist criminal, and I shouldn't have to compromise my morals just to learn a trade like tattooing. Anyway, I made an Instagram post here, just detailing some of the reasons why I left. So some of them include being threatened at the shop, being racially abused. One of the artists thought they could use me as a scapegoat to cover up their affair, because guess what? Takes a whole shop to get Wayne laid. A gentle reminder to the old company that I know are watching this video: if anything does occur to my friends, family, or my new shop, the video files will be released and local authorities will be contacted in regards to extracurricular activities and scummy business practices that you have done. Alright, so in this video we'll just be doing a day in the life as a tattoo apprentice at my new shop, where I don't get abused. Hey guys, welcome back to Wasting Away with Wayne. Today we are boiling some chicken for the kittens, the little kittens. Since they're about 4 months old, they are coming off mummy's milk and starting to eat solid food, which is great. So what's on the menu today? It's boiled chicken, baby. They love this stuff. So when I wake up in the morning, or when I get woken up in the morning by the kittens, first thing I do is change the litter box, fresh water, and breakfast. I hear the comments. How did you come across 3 perfect kittens? Well, it all started with Kimton. I'll be making a separate video about her just because she deserves it, and I don't want her to be forgotten. She didn't deserve the life she had, and she was too good for this world. In One Piece they say, when does a person die? Is it when they're hit with a bullet? No. Is it when they suffer from an incurable disease? No. When they ate a poisonous soup? No. A person dies when they're forgotten. So I want to immortalise her in this next video I make, and hope to give her the proper respect that she deserves.
One hour later. Two hours later.
Here's the tools I use for work. So my machine.
The machine!
It's the Bishop Packer. I use it for everything from fine line, realistic, pulling fat lines on traditional, shading, packing It's the only machine
The
I've got,
machine!
so that's why I use it. Head torch because I literally can't see 5 centimeters ahead of myself. As for ink, I use Empire Grey Wash and Dynamic Black. That's mainly because my mentors have used it for quite a long time, so they know how it heals. And in terms of needles, I stick with the more premium needles, so Da Vinci, Quadrant and Magic Moon. This is just mainly because I've used cheaper needles in the past, and I can tell you the ink flow isn't the greatest with them. So you end up chewing up the skin needlessly without really depositing much ink. You kind of get what you pay for in terms of needles and ink. Bear in mind, at this time, I quit my old apprenticeship and I slid into Nick's DMs and asked him if he was looking for an apprentice. He wasn't at the time, he had an apprentice working underneath him. I offered just to come in on Fridays and just hang about the shop, help out of course, watch some of the artists tattoo, ask them any questions I had in regards to needle gauge, throw, voltage, and how they would position a customer for different body parts. Everyone was willing to teach me from the get-go. One of the main reasons I picked Oscar London was because of their selection of artists. So at the shop we had Ane and M who would specialise in illustrative tattoos. We had Benet who would do Japanese realism, Tom who would do fine line, Luke who would do traditional, and we had Milan and Sean who would do black and grey realism. I saw from the get-go everyone at that shop takes pride in their work, and it shows. Not only is it great that each person specialised in their own style, since everyone was a bit different, they had their own techniques and ways about tattooing that I could carry over, trial and test and see what works best for me, rather than just learn from 2 people. To me, this is what an apprenticeship should be like. Not this gatekeepy circle jerk of, oh brother, you got soft hands, boy. You gotta earn your knowledge through abuse and hazing. This old mindset should die with the old artists. These jobs are generally what an apprentice would do. Take the bins out, set up the bays, get stencils ready for the artist, get the toweling done for the week. That way, when the client comes in, all the artist needs to do is get them prepared and start the design. This was one of my first tattoos at the shop. As you can tell from me setting up, I was longing this process out. I was proper shitting it, since this was probably my 5th or 6th tattoo on real skin. Not only that, this was realism. It's something I've never really practiced. A lot of my old tattoos were traditional, fat lines, really hard to fuck up tattoos. I'm talking you gotta have Stevie Wonder eyes. You're either drunk, high, hungover, or ground on used magnitude 9 during your tattoo session. That's how hard it is to mess up these tattoos I did at the beginning of my old apprenticeship. Majority of the pieces I did were on myself, so if it did go south, it wasn't really a big deal. But the pressure you feel when you tattoo someone else, it's quite heavy. Although they don't expect you to execute the tattoo perfectly considering you're an apprentice, being a perfectionist, it eats you up. Seeing all those little faults in your piece, knowing it's permanently on their skin. To this day, I don't think I've done an art piece or a tattoo that I'm really proud of or even happy with. Alright, enough excuses. Sue wanted some roses with some pearls draped over them on her ribs, but since ribs are quite a tricky area to work on, we decided to go for back of the calf. We kept the main elements, so the pearls draping over the petals, going over and under the leaves of the rose. We decided to go for a similar size, that way both her legs look a bit more balanced. In case you did want to try this at home, here is a little cheat sheet Nick put together for me to work out which needles to use in which area and the techniques to use, along with the stencil for the rose. I didn't film too much of the actual tattooing itself, just because I wanted to focus on the piece. This is the end result. I didn't manage to finish it, however, I've bloodlined most of the key elements. So next session we will come in and focus on the leaves and flowers. That was a day in the life as a tattoo apprentice. I really enjoy making these vloggy, cringy videos, and be sure to subscribe to see what more cringe stuff I put out. If you are in the market for a tattoo and you like my stuff, feel free to DM me. I would love to tattoo you. Again, thanks for watching. This is Brands of Sacrifice, signing out.